Hi guys, back today with a swap share video. This is for a swap that I joined over at Creating the Crafty Life, and this is the in-season Make It Mini swap that Misty hosted. And in this swap we had to create a few different things. One was a mini clipboard, a mini tag, a 3x3 card, and then we had to choose something to alter that was a miniature. So let's go ahead and get started. So my partner is Lydia, and I don't know if Lydia has a YouTube channel. If she does, I will make sure that I post it down below. So we could choose any season that we wanted to do this, and when I asked Lydia, I said, you know, what's your favorite season? What are your favorite colors? So she gave me some colors, and the colors inspired me to do fall, and fall is actually one of my favorite seasons too. So here is the clipboard that I did. So the paper, it's just one of the, sorry, it is one of the Tim Holtz mini clipboards, and what I did was I painted the edges with some gold paint that I had, and then I covered it with some pattern paper. The pattern paper is Thankful Heart, and it is one of the Recollections paper pads. So I did that, and I inked it in the Close to My Heart color and saddle to kind of give it a little bit of a softer look. I used and colored some of the mini Gorgeous Girls, and I used them on all of the projects that I did, and that's what kind of, along with the pattern paper, when it called for it, but the Gorgeous Girls, that's what I that's what I used. So in the background is just a canvas doily. There is some trim right here. Now with that trim, you can actually tuck something just gently behind it, because I didn't adhere it all the way down. So it can be tucked behind if Lydia did want to tuck something back there. I just, from my stash, I used a bunch of bling. Okay, so there's some pearls, there's this white metal flower, there's this really pretty kind of coral pink flower, a couple larger bling pieces, some more pearls, and some little diamond type pieces. Down at the bottom I used some ruffle trim and just some flowers. There's this large pearl right here, and then there's this large acrylic flower, and then I used some of these gold, I want to call them studs, but they're not quite studs. I used those, so I can actually zoom in a little bit, and so there is what that is. So that's the clipboard that I altered for Lydia. And then here is the tag. Now, as you can see, I use the same paper collection. Oh, and just on the back, there's actually nothing on the back of that. It's just, I covered it with the pattern paper. So here's the tag. With the tag, I used the same trim that I used at the bottom of the clipboard. Some similar flowers, and I used a couple of those clear acrylic flowers. These are, I used like a tea, what is that? I want to call it sea glass, but like a teal or seafoam green, and a off-white acrylic rose piece. This is cut from some gold cardstock, and this is just the one of the Tim Holtz words. I used the scalloped circle. It's a Spellbinder's die, and then I put the little Gorgeous Girl right there. There's some of the faceted heart pieces, and then the trim is just some trims from my stash, and I tied a little bow on the front to instead of doing the knot. I just thought that look was just, it fit my project a little bit more. And then on the back is just some of the like more of the pattern paper, so it's just try to keep it kind of simple. So there is the tag that I created. Then the little 3x3 card. Here's the envelope, and I just created the envelope using some of the pattern paper from the collection. And then here is the tag that I created. So I had a little close to my heart die, the little banner die, and I just cut the 3 banners there. Some white cardstock, and I used the quilted We Are Memory Keepers embossing folder. That's what it's called. This is a die that I got from my friend Maddie, and it is, actually I still have it right here, and it is from rockstamps.se, and I don't think there's a name for it, but it's just the stitched squares. And then I used some more of those little studs there, and just some twine just across the top. Little stamp right there is from, I think it's a Lawn Fawn set, and it's tiny tags, and it just says thanks, and I just popped that up, and the little gorgeous girl is popped up as well. And I used 110-pound cardstock, black cardstock, so I just did a little mat, and it's just another just white cardstock, but I did use the die cut again. So there is my 3x3 card. And then for the item that I used to that I chose to alter, I chose the little mini Tim Holtz mason jars. So it's a set of 3 of them, so I just altered all 3 of them. And so I'll just go over this. So I put some white flowers, just different brands of the flat white flowers, and then in 2 of them, oops, and then in the 3rd one, I just put all sorts of different materials that she could use to make centers or mixed media projects, whatever she wants to do with those. But I just, I was like, what am I going to put in there? Well, that's what I decided to put in there. So the 3 jars, they're all very similar. 2 of them I used the same lace on the top, and then the 3rd one I used a different lace. So these two I used the same type of lace, and looking at them I was like, well, I probably should have made this little girl different because she's wearing a hat, but oh well, c'est la vie. It's too late now. This is how they're going to be, and I think that they're super cute the way they are. So with each of these I used some more of that lace trim that I used on the tag and also the clipboard. And I put that around the edge, and then like I said, I put some lace on the top, and then there's some flat back pearls around the edges of each of these. Each of the jars has 2 resin flowers and then a paper flower, and so there's the teal and then the off-white, and then I used some more of those gold studs, and then each of them the jars has one of the Gorgeous Girl cameo stamps in it. So I just chose 3 of those to put on the top, and so that's what this one looks like. And then I just thought that they just turned out so cute. I just loved how they turned out. And then there is that one. So as you can see, this trim is just a little bit different than this one. It's a satin pleated trim, and then instead of the pink color flat back pearls, I did just an off-white ivory color on them. But otherwise, they are basically identical in almost every way. So that is my swap that I created for Lydia. I had so much fun with this one. I breezed through the jars, the tag, even the clipboard. The clipboard was super, super fast when I did it. The one that I struggled with the most was actually the 3x3 card. I don't know why, but it was just so hard for me to actually get that done. But that's my swap. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.